It arrived late at night, a brief and unsettling message that offered no explanation and no follow-up. The words were simple: "I don't think I'll be here much longer." The recipient initially assumed it was a moment of emotional frustration or a poorly chosen expression of feeling overwhelmed. There was no immediate indication that anything irreversible might follow. Yet within hours, the sender was gone. Questions emerged at once. What prompted the message? Was it a statement of emotional distress, a miscommunication, or something more serious? Investigators later examined the digital record, seeking to understand the circumstances surrounding the communication. Phone logs, metadata, and social media activity were reviewed in an effort to reconstruct the timeline leading up to the message. Friends and acquaintances described the individual as someone who generally maintained relationships and participated in daily life. There were no widely known indications of imminent crisis, though digital records revealed earlier comments that suggested feelings of being overwhelmed. None of these statements were explicit, and they did not necessarily point to an impending tragedy. However, in hindsight, they formed part of a broader context that warranted closer attention. The message itself became a focal point of the investigation. Authorities sought to determine when it was sent, from where, and whether it aligned with any other evidence of distress. Digital forensics can often provide insight into a person's state of mind through communication patterns and search history, but such evidence is not always conclusive. A brief statement may carry different meanings depending on tone and context, and digital communication sometimes obscures emotional nuance. What one person perceives as a casual remark may be interpreted by another as a serious expression of vulnerability. Investigators also examined the circumstances of the individual's death. Initial findings categorized the event in a particular manner, yet questions persisted. Were all potential factors considered? Did the message receive appropriate attention when it was first discovered? These inquiries highlight a broader challenge in investigative work: determining the significance of digital communications and recognizing when they might indicate deeper emotional struggles. Warning signs in such cases are rarely dramatic. They may appear as subtle shifts in behavior, brief comments about feeling unable to cope, or messages that seem ambiguous. The line between venting frustration and expressing genuine distress can be difficult to discern. In this instance, the statement, "I don't think I'll be here much longer," could be interpreted in different ways. It might have reflected a temporary emotional low, a cry for understanding, or something more serious. The investigation sought to clarify these possibilities, though definitive answers were not always available. Cases involving emotional distress and digital communication often prompt broader discussions about mental health awareness and the importance of supportive responses. Organizations dedicated to mental health advocacy emphasize early intervention and open dialogue. When individuals express feelings of hopelessness, even in brief or indirect ways, many experts recommend acknowledging the statement and offering assistance rather than assuming it is insignificant. Compassionate engagement can provide opportunities for support and understanding. Legal and investigative outcomes vary depending on the evidence available. Authorities document their findings and conclude inquiries when appropriate, while families and communities process the loss in their own ways. Public conversations frequently follow, focusing on prevention, awareness, and the role of communication in recognizing emotional struggles. The story of this case is not solely about an investigation. It is about the complexities of human expression and the challenges of interpreting digital messages. Words can carry significant emotional weight, even when they appear brief or ambiguous. A single statement may reflect feelings that are difficult to articulate, and the absence of immediate clarification does not necessarily diminish its importance. This case serves as a reminder of the value of listening and responding with care. When someone expresses distress, whether directly or indirectly, it deserves attention. Asking questions, offering support, and encouraging conversation can make a meaningful difference. Digital communication has expanded the ways in which people reach out, but has also introduced new challenges in interpreting meaning. Recognizing those challenges and responding thoughtfully remains essential. The message at the center of this investigation will never fully reveal the sender's internal experience. It stands as a fragment of communication, an incomplete glimpse into a moment of vulnerability. While investigations can uncover facts and timelines, they cannot always explain emotional pain. The broader lesson lies in understanding the importance of human connection and the responsibility to support one another. What might have changed the outcome? Could a different response to the message have provided help or reassurance? These questions do not exist to assign blame. They exist to encourage reflection and awareness. Mental health struggles are complex, and individuals may not always express their needs in clear or direct ways. A supportive response, one that acknowledges concerns and offers understanding, can create opportunities for assistance. Ultimately, this story underscores the significance of communication and empathy. Digital messages may be brief, but they can carry profound meaning. Recognizing that meaning and responding with care is an essential part of fostering understanding and support within communities. While not every situation can be resolved, the act of listening and offering help remains a powerful and meaningful response.